Nadia Business and Lorna Newman bring you the faffiest introduction.
Can't wait to discuss this.
Oh, it's warm in here.
Sorry, itchy armpit.
I'm just going to adjust my seat because, like, I'm sitting like somebody in, like, burlesque.
Okay, so I'm ready to go.
Who's ringing me now?
Oh my God. Racers, are you ready?
It's time for...
The Brit Stop!
Yeah, baby! Huge fabulous welcome to the Brit Stop. I'm Nadia Business.
And I'm her best Judy, Lorna.
Hello and welcome to episode 6, where we're going to be reviewing episode 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Lorna.
Bitch, it's the Snatch Game.
Oh my God!
Oh, bitch.
It's the challenge we all know is coming. It's the challenge we all wait for because it is such a staple of Drag Race.
This challenge is where things can like turn on its head and
Absolutely.
The underdogs can come on top, people you don't expect.
So it is a new week and the queens are giving Tia a hard time because she is still unfortunately living up to that Baroness Basic awarded title.
I mean,
not stepping out.
We all know how much I hated that goddamn ice cream.
We went to the workroom and the Maxi challenge, because there's no mini challenge this week, because the Maxi challenge is Snatch Game. The queens have to impersonate a celebrity, and it's a parody of Match Game. This has been a Drag Race staple since season 2.
And raspberry.
And what we saw in the workroom with the run through, and Rue walking through and like talking to each of the girls was really fascinating.
Ellie Diamond is talking about, which choices she's going to do, and she's kind of torn between Vicky Pollard, played by Matt Lucas from Little Britain, who she's done before, and Shannon Osbourne. But then, she has this breakdown moment because she misses her family, and especially her twin brother Bryce.
Yeah.
And they used to do the Little Britain stuff, and annoy their mum, and it's just a really, kind of sad but sweet moment.
And you can just tell, we're in week 6. They've had this break. They're absolutely in depths of, the coronavirus pandemic, and everything's so emotional. You can't see your families anyway, even when they got probably sent home from Drag Race. So it's tough. Rue is getting to know Ellie a bit more, and so are we.
Yes.
So yeah, that was really nice to see, and I just loved it when she just said, "I'm going to do it for Bryce."
Yeah.
And Rue just said, "Make me laugh like you make Bryce laugh. Just go with that." And I thought that was actually a really lovely thing to say.
It was a really nice, touching moment to see that behind all those pair of chaps, there was a heart.
All right.
Speaking of Ellie and her brother and her siblings, later on in a confessional and talking to Tace, she disclosed her story about her relationship with her father, which is it's so sad, but it's so common still, and it's just devastating to hear that he just couldn't accept who Ellie was. And I just thought the best thing, and I think Tace said it to her, was nobody has the right to dim your own light,
Absolutely.
and tell you can't be who you are to live under my roof. It was just so lovely to get to know Ellie a bit more throughout this episode. So
Absolutely. And if she wants to get to know me a little bit. So it is, of course, time for the one and only, the Snatch Game. And it wouldn't be Snatch Game without 2 contestants. And of course, this week we have Michelle Visage, and the GC herself is in the building, babes. It's Gemma Collins.
The fucking hair is frazzled.
God, what did you think about the GC throughout the Snatch Game?
I mean, she was there in name.
She was like a cardboard cutout, and she couldn't move. Do you think it was like the outfit she was wearing, or like a hair she didn't want to put out of place? She just was like Anyway, let's move on to the queens, who were a lot more interesting, to be honest.
In many ways. So, going across the top row, we have Tia Kofi as Mel B. We've got Sister as Psychic Sally Morgan. Yeah. We have Laurence Cheney as Miriam Margulies. On the bottom row, we have Ellie Diamond as Matt Lucas as Vicky Pollard. We have Tace as Jane Turner, who plays Kat in Kath and Kim. We have Ahura as Louis Spence, and last but not least, of course, we have Bimini Bambulash as Katie Price, aka Jordan.
So first, Tia Kofi. So we spoke about this. She ended up, she's Mel B. And do you know what? Her first introduction with Rue, I thought was really strong. And I was like, oh, she's doing a Mel B, she's doing a northern accent. Okay, this could be interesting. But for me, hun, I feel like throughout the Snatch Game, she kind of kept dropping and going in and out of character. She didn't really commit to the accent throughout. She was okay, but she wasn't like laugh out loud funny.
No, she was overthinking it, and it was too much repetition of the same bit. You know, the Eddie Murphy bit. It's funny once, maybe twice. Getting on for every time is a bit like...
Moving on then, Sister. What did you think of doing Psychic Sally?
Well, I didn't know Psychic Sally until this.
I don't know who that is, no.
So I
did! I know who Psychic Sally is because my mum and my auntie, and I think my grandma, have gone to see a Psychic Sally show.
I was really impressed, and I was pleasantly surprised by Sister's comedy.
So was I. It was quite subtle, but she managed to do, scribble in like one of the answers. And then she had the kind of moment of Michelle's great granddad. And she did it really like, she didn't overdo it. And also she had the look down.
Moving on, then we have Laurence Cheney as Miriam Margulies. So we all know that Miriam is a character in her own right. She's just says what she's thinking. There's no filter.
Would you like to follow me to my college and I'll sack you off?
And when she said these things, for example, the Laurence Olivier story, she said that on Graham Norton, it was hilarious. But does that make for a funny Snatch Game? When she said she was going to do Miriam, I was disappointed because I thought there's so much you could have gone with. You could have gone with Michelle McManus. You could have gone with Susan Boyle. You could have gone with,
God, that would have been so good.
Nicola Sturgeon.
Oh my God, I would have loved Nicola Sturgeon.
Right, people that aren't necessarily funny.
Let's move on to Ellie Diamond, who I thought did such a good impression of Matt Lucas doing Vicky Pollard.
When they were in the workroom, she was talking to Tia and Laurence. And they were like, you're not very funny.
Yeah.
Irony for later, thank you very much. And Ellie was kind of doing she got the accent down, but she was speaking so fast that I was getting worried. When it came to the actual Snatch Game, I thought you understood her perfectly. It was just really funny.
I was really impressed. So moving along the line then was Tace as Kath from Kath and Kim. So I don't know this character at all.
Same.
So that was interesting for me to see Tace because I didn't really have a reference to go on. But similar to Ellie, I thought, well, she committed to the character. She got the accent bob on. And she just committed all the way through, and she didn't break character, and she had some really nice back and forth kind of comments and like funny little things with Rue. So I think she did a good job overall.
I think, the best thing that she did was to understand that a lot of people might not know the character, but to still make us laugh and still make it funny but accessible at the same time.
I will
got
just
a runny nose.
Oh, babe, what do you think that's from? Are you feeling all right? Got a cold or anything?
Oh, no, well, shaved, haven't I?
Huh?
So next down the line, we have Ahura, who is taking a massive risk. Ahura's doing a male character.
I've done it now. It's too bleeding late. What are they going to do? What's going to happen? Going to shoot me? I doubt it.
This kind of divided opinion on the judges, and I thought it was really good, and I liked it.
I thought it didn't start off great, but she had one of the best moments in the whole Snatch Game with you've got to be flexible and bringing the legs up. I thought that was so funny. And it's not something I expected from Ahura.
I thought Ahura's Louis Spence was really good. I laughed.
I didn't think it was the best, so I wouldn't have put it in the top, but I wouldn't have put it in the bottom. It's so close now, and they're literally picking hairs. Is that
I don't know what you're trying to say here.
Splitting hairs! Splitting!
I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but girl, I am living.
Let's talk about Bimini Von Boulash, Katie Price!
Oh my bloody God.
She stole it, didn't she? She made Rue laugh the most, the hardest. And she just felt so relaxed. So when you watched her as an audience, you were relaxed with her and then could laugh along. And also, I thought it was a really respectful ribbing of Katie Price. I think she did it justice.
And she just, in that walkthrough, she was clearly the most confident.
She
Quietly
was.
so. And she wasn't like going around like, I'm going to win.
No.
She knew her shit.
Great choice. Really iconic for British culture. Someone that's so recognisable and so, like, loved. Brilliant. Well done.
As a Snatch Game as a whole,
Yeah.
not my favourite. But had Bimini not done Katie Price and done it so well, that would have been a very disappointing Snatch Game on the whole.
I'm not gagging.
So it's elimination day and we are headed to the runway for the judges' deliberations, and the runway theme this week, prehistoric drag, 1 million years BC.
First round at the corner was a horror in this amazing boned skeletal corset with a beautiful fur like coat, just like
Draping.
and yeah, amazing. And then she's got this bone structure on her face. What do you think?
Loved it. She's had this corset kind of 3D printed.
Yeah.
So time and effort and money's obviously gone into this. The mask was it was beautifully done. The makeup was stunning.
Oh, the makeup was gorgeous.
That wig is from Bolton. Stephen Austin, who's done hair for Ahura and Taze, made this wig, and he's from Bolton.
Oh.
So shout out to Stephen. You've done some incredible work. If you want to send anything over my way for free, please do.
Next, which is very close to actually being my favourite of this week, is Taze.
This is my favourite.
Wow. And how she sold it down the runway as well, babe.
This is why it's my favourite, because when it comes to runway, it's just as important about presentation. You can be in the most beautiful dress, but if you walk down and you're fucking boring.
And dead
I
behind
don't
the eyes.
care. Yeah. But Taze made this a character, and she sold this, and the makeup was insanely good, the hair was big, it was just gorgeous. Next up we have Sister, who is giving us 90s supermodel with a beehive in a tiger print, kind of almost one shoulder, and she's got Boney M, her cat, who is a skeleton cat.
I actually quite like this, and this is one of my favourite sister looks, I've got to say, because I love the wig. I just love the beehive.
I thought it was a touch of whimsy, a touch of fun. I really like this.
I would wear that dress now. Like, I would wear that dress out on a night out.
Go on.
Next up, Tia Kofi. Apparently stepping it up. Listen, we're giving her a lot of shade.
Sorry, but no, a children's toy hat does not a pterodactyl make. That is a pigeon that is in my garden.
Preach it, sis. Go on. I had the rant last week. I'm giving this to you.
I love it, but this is not it, babe.
Please stop immediately.
You just want it bigger. Just whatever Tia's
I want
concepts
it
are.
better.
Big.
Next up, we have Bimini Bon
Bim bom, bim bom.
Boulash, who's giving us a completely different take on prehistoric drag. She's giving us an amoeba, kind of bacteria, single-cell organism, inspired by Iris Van Herpen's kind of, runways. Lorna, what did you think?
Fashion. Just like Rue said, very editorial. The way it just flowed and just moved as she walked down the runway with the feathers and the ripples on the front of her bodice. And this is the thing, right? you can't see that she's got like a waist or whatever. So you'd think, oh, is she maybe going to get red for shaping? No, because of how that rippling effect on that kind of bodice works and how it moves and how she's like done her hair. She looks proportionized.
Proportionizing! This, to me, the navy is just gorgeous.
The makeup and her using like the contact lenses to make it a little bit weird. The wig.
One of the standouts on the runway, not just this week, but in this season. Next up, we have the first of our two Scottish queens. We have Laurence Cheney.
Yes, it was just a quintessential Laurence Cheney gown. I thought nothing too different, nothing too kind of special about this, and she did give her twist with like blacking out her teeth at the end, which was fun, but it was slightly disappointing for me as a Laurence look.
If she hadn't done the teeth, I would have been more disappointed. She did the teeth and I was like, okay, that's funny. Last but not least, we have Ellie Diamond, who is giving us pebbles from the Flintstones, but all grown up.
She's so cute, Ellie Diamond. Love the wig. And I just thought the concept with like the truncheon kind of like stick thing.
Oh.
It was, is that what you call it? A club? A truncheon?
Yeah, they had truncheons in the cave times.
You could see, yes, that is prehistoric. That is like cave woman. So it was a tick for the assignment.
All I'll say is that you could see the undergarment kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Do I want to see that? Not necessarily. Makeup, as always, great, and it was a nice little cute reference. And it wasn't chaps.
And it wasn't chaps. We are here for this.
So that is the runway done, prehistoric runway, and Ellie Diamond and Sister are declared safe, leaving just a top two this week with Taste and Bimini Bombulash, and a bottom three because we all love a bit of drama. We've got Ahura, Tia Kofi, and Laurence Cheney. So, Lorna, any disagreement with the situation there?
I kind of thought they were a little bit harsh on Ahura. I think maybe Ahura could have been more on that top three and then a definite bottom two. But bottom line is they've got to have that kind of bottom three to make it a little bit more dramatic. But it was obvious that the bottom was always going to be Laurence and Tia. I think that's fair.
I think the only person that the runway really affected was Ahura, because she is declared safe. Because as Alan Carr says, you didn't blow me away with Louis Spencer, but you have done with this look tonight.
Let's talk a little bit about the lip sync then. I hated that song. What was the song?
Oh my God! This is why you're straight.
What was it? I never heard it before.
It was Kathy Dennis, Touch Me.
I thought the queens were like...
This is homophobia.
Okay, so Laurence and Tia...
Yeah.
We're lip singing. We're in the bottom and they did the lip sync, okay? And they were both wearing gowns that had very restrictions in the arms area. Yeah. So both of them couldn't really do much. We had another knee slam by Laurence Cheney this time. Why do these queens keep slamming on their knees?
The British queens not able to do death drops, so they do like a knee slam? Like...
Splits, high kicks, death drops. Jumps. I do none of it.
Is this the British death drop?
I'll tell you what, if I'm on Drag Race, I'm not doing a bloody knee slam.
I thought it was fine.
Are we watching the same lip sync? Like, I thought this was good, and for a moment, I didn't know. Shut up. I didn't know which way this was going to go. Like, I thought, yes, Laurence has 3 badges, but is Tia going to wing it? And then it took to that final, to the knee drop. And then I was like, well, Laurence got this.
Yep, so Laurence won the lip sync and Tia Kofi was asked to sashay away. I think that Laurence got it in the end, I think. Did you agree?
Yeah, I think it would have had to have been an incredible lip sync from Tia. Like, I mean... out of this world for her to send home somebody on her third lip sync send home somebody who's got 3 badges. I think it was the right decision, and we've seen her say, I'm going to step it up, I'm going to step it up, I'm going to step it up, and she hasn't. But having said that, like I said, she is one of my favourite queens from this season. She's just smart, she's funny, and she's been a joy to watch, and she's just good of heart as well.
And I loved her exit, and I loved her like, are you sure? So that was it. It's getting tense now. Bimini Bon Boulash is after that crown. She is on Laurence Cheney's tail.
Well, she's not so much on a tail by my score sheet, Lorna, because they're equal at the top with 22 points. Down at the bottom is the gorgeous, I've forgotten who it is, gorgeous sister with 15 points. If you want to see the full score sheet, head over to our Instagram at The Brit Stop Show, which is also our handle for Twitter and Facebook as well. There are socials.
On the socials. Strap in and get ready for the next episode of RuPaul's Drag Race UK this Thursday, and then come back to us next Monday to discuss all things RuPaul's Drag Race episode 7.
So that will be Monday, the 1st of March. We are into a new month when you join us for episode 7 of The Brit Stop. I can't wait to see your face next week, my darling.
I love you, and I'll see you soon.
Bye, darlings. Bye.